Hey, what up guys, John from Mongo Fishing. So before I left for my tournament on Saturday at Lake Dardanelle, this showed up in the mail. And I grabbed it and I took it with me to Dardanelle, checked into the hotel, dropped my stuff off, and then drove out to Lake Dardanelle State Park for the tournament meeting. And while I was waiting on the meeting to start, I figured I'd do the unboxing. And so when I got home and I downloaded all my videos, I found out that this one had horrible audio. You hear just a lot of wind. You hear me talking, but you hear a lot of breeze, as you can tell right here. Let's do an unboxing here at Dardanelle State Park while I wait for the tournament meeting. It's like a half hour or so. Let's do this. Do the unboxing again with better audio conditions. I'll be honest guys, I really wasn't that impressed this month. So Fish Hound magazine is on trout. I mean, that's kind of cool. I will read this for sure. Let's get to our bait card. Same typical things. The sign up for the alerts and the $5 fishing tournament. Now, in case you haven't heard this before, if you pay for the $50 tournament box, you get the fishing tournament for free. I mean, that's kind of cool, save you $5, but anyway, let's get into this. So first thing, it's a pretty cool little lure. I did like this, Clear Lake Lures Pro Pop. It's a little popper, super sticky hooks, kind of a shad pattern, like blue, little feather tail, chartreuse popping mouth, little chartreuse stripe down the side. So I do think this will catch fish, and I don't think it'll be very hard to catch fish. With. MSRP is $9.99, which just seems really high for this, but whatever, I'll take their word for it. So that's that. Next up is the Bagley Shallow Sunny B, as in boy. The Bagley Shallow Sunny B 05, it says. This is also going to be a little shad pattern. Well, actually, this is probably more of a bluegill pattern. 3/8 ounce, dives 3 to 4 feet. It has a relatively unique lip. Not really a square bill, it's kind of rounded. I don't know, I think that'll be pretty easy to catch fish. Hooks are sharp and appropriately sized, so that should be a pretty easy one to catch fish with. That is the Bagley Shallow Sunny B 05. Next up, Knockout Bait Company Sucker Punch. Alright, this one actually fell out of the box. Man, I don't even know what to say about this. This thing, little bluegill pattern, lipless. It's got a willow leaf, or sorry, a Colorado blade on the back. But it weighs a ton. I mean, this thing is a rock. Let's see what it says. Sucker Punch, not your typical cast and retrieve style bait. Let it go to the bottom, rip it up, letting it flutter back down. Repeat this during the entire retrieve. It's also an excellent vertical bait. It's heavy, gets to the bottom quickly, and it's perfect for jigging. Like seriously, it's a 1.5 ounce lure. It's 2.5 inches and 1.5 ounces. So I honestly don't see me using this. Probably ever. Maybe in the winter, but I don't think I'll be using it in the summer at all. MSRP on that is $8. MSRP on the Bagley was $8.79. MSRP on this is $7.99. So that's that. Next up is the California Classic Delta Frog. So this California Classic Delta Frog looks very similar to the Walmart brand. What do they call themselves? Whatever Walmart's brand is. But it's almost identical, and that's like a $2 frog at Walmart. I mean, it catches fish. I've used the Walmart one. This is identical to it. So it'll catch fish. What I do suggest though is I did a video, I'll put it right here, on a little frog modification you could do. So click that video up there, and I do a frog mod on a video, or good God, I do a frog mod on a frog just like this, the Walmart brand. So check that out. MSRP on this, it says, is $6.99. Next up is the Bass Brothers Bootlegger. So this is another lipless. I could see this one catching fish. It's a little rattle trap type imitator. Shad, but also bluegill. And you know, bass don't really pay that much attention to it. They just see something that looks like food and they eat it. So let's see. Lipless crankbait that's built to run fast and smooth when you need it to cover water and attract attention to the biggest bass. Bootlegger is perfect choice. With high quality treble hooks, a tight wobble, and maximum vibration, you'll soon discover why the Bootlegger is the only lipless crankbait you'll need in your box. Whether you're ripping it through the grass, yo-yoing it off the bottom, or a straight retrieve, the Bootlegger will get more reaction bites to help you fill out your limit. So that is the Bootlegger by Bass Brothers. I may throw that this month. You guys know I'm not a huge fan of lipless, but I may throw that. Alright, next up is High Seas Grand Slam Braid. This is the first time I've seen line in an LTB box. This is 10-pound braid with, it's 100 yards with 6-pound diameter. It feels pretty good. I just replaced all my line though since I had a tournament last week, so I won't be using this anytime soon, but who knows. So that is Grand Slam braid, green, 4-pound diameter, 10-pound test. MSRP on this is $12.99. Oh, hey, you know what? And here's a tip though. So after you put your line on, keep the spool. Well, there's a couple things I do. One, I keep the spool, and two, like, so if I use some of the line and not all of it, I get a good idea of how much I put on there, and I put a piece of tape and I'll write how much I put on, or how much I put on my reel, so how much I took off of this, right? So in this case, this is only a 100-yard spool, so I'd use the whole entire thing. But if this was like a 300-yard spool and I used 150, I'd write minus 150, and that way I have an idea of how much I have left. The other thing I like to do is I keep these, and when I go to take line off of another reel, I put it on this, and it just makes it easier for me than having a big pile of line to dispose of properly. I just like it better on this to dispose of properly. So I don't know, that's just me. So that is the Grand Slam braid. Next up is Strike King Drop Shot Half Shell. Strike King Drop Shot Half Shell. This little guy right here. Coffee scented. It's a little drop shot bait. Green pumpkin color. I assume that's what that is. Looks green pumpkin to me. What's it say? It says KVD Drop Shot Half Shell was designed by both Kevin Van Dam and Mark Zona to be a more finesse style drop shot bait when the bite gets tough. They also feature Strike King's exclusive coffee scent technology, which helps mask human scent and oils and attracts fish to bite. MSRP is $9.99. Seems really high. There's 6 of them in here. Next up is Baitmate Bite Stick. It's chapstick for your lure. Oof. Crawdad? It doesn't say. It says classic. I think it touched my nose. MSRP on that little guy is $4.99, and those things really work. I mean, they seriously do. Next up is the Yum Kill Shot. So this Yum Kill Shot is almost identical to that Strike King, except for it's larger. It's literally the same thing, but larger. Instead of 6 in there, there are 10 in here. MSRP on this is $2.99. That's more like it. I don't think I'd pay 10 bucks for those, but I'd pay 3 bucks for these. Next up is Texas Tackle Big Bug. This is a typical beaver style bait, also in watermelon. It is scented. I don't know what that smell is, but it is definitely scented. But it's a beaver bait. Fish it like you would a soft plastic, Texas rig it, whatever, or put it on the back of a jig. Yeah, they're pretty simple to fish. Let's see, next up is the Smart Baits Smart Bomb. Smart Baits is the company that has the lures that change color. Green typically turns to red, so you throw this in the water. It's a little Cinco looking thing, and if the water's cold, it'll turn red. I like it in this color. It says, so watermelon turns to June bug and clear turns to blood red. So this will turn to June bug. I mean, it's a Cinco, it'll catch fish. Sorry, it's a stick bait, it'll catch fish. Cinco is a brand name. Or is a name. Next up is the Biwa Patate for Ned rigging. That's it. There's nothing to it. The Biwa Patate. Ned rig is probably the only thing I could think of that I would use this for. MSRP on that is $6. And the last two things, oh, well, there's our sticker. Pretty cool looking. Last two things are hooks, both from Mustad. We have Mustad Ultra Point KVD triple grips, triple grip 4-pack, size 6 treble hooks. Use that for changing treble hooks on your crankbaits and stuff. And some zero twist drop shot hooks, which is cool considering we got some drop shot baits. These are the ones where you tie directly to your main line and then tie directly to your weight. So main line gets the longer piece, right? There's like a little swivel, and then weight gets the smaller piece. Always want to rig a drop shot so the weight is on the bottom, holding it nice and flat like that. So that's good because these come with those two drop shots, so too easy. Alright guys, that is that. I'll put the grand total down below. And we'll go from there. To be honest with you guys, I'm really not that impressed with this box. I do have faith in LTB boxes. I mean, I've had some really good boxes in the past. This is actually the first one that I've not been impressed with, so, you know, it's not gonna upset me too much. I'll still catch fish with these. These all still catch fish, or at least with the majority of these lures. Some of them I'm not, I mean, like I already know I'm not gonna throw that one solid hunk of lead. I just don't see a point in doing that this time of year. But other than that, I'll probably throw the rest of these and try to catch fish on them and post them right here. So if you're new to this channel, please hit the subscribe button's right down there. It looks like me holding a fish. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and drop a comment below. Am I too harsh on this or not? What was your opinion of this month's box compared to other months? With that said, guys, thank you very much for watching. And as always, get out on the water, be safe, and go stick some lips.